Hopefully you can hear me and hear all the candidates. I don't want to. There, is that better? Welcome. Y'all come on in and take a seat. I'm so glad to see all of you here. If everyone would please stand and join me in
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then we'd like to open with a prayer. It's Reverend Young Bowman. Come up and speak.
Pray with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the day you've blessed us with your grace and your mercy for each of us. Father, I'm thankful that we live in a country that is free, and God, that we have freedom of choice in many of these things. God, I ask that you would lead us tonight, that God, you would let it be a joyful time, a good time. I pray that for each of the candidates that they would do their best. And Father, I thank you mostly that we can come together like this, under freedom.
Mr. Mike Tyson is with us, standing back there. He's our chairman for the County Republican Committee, and Ms. Deborah Craig is the chairman for the County Democratic Party. And we want to thank both parties for their aid and assistance in putting this forum on. I tell you what, I am so excited about this. 4 years ago in the election, we had 5 candidates running for 5 board seats. This year, we've got all these candidates running for the same 5 board seats, and it just helps elections when voters have choices to make. And I want to compliment each candidate for being willing to put themselves forward in the public. It's not an easy thing to do, and putting themselves up as a candidate for these offices. I would ask all of you to, when we finish the speeches tonight, that you stick around and meet some of these candidates. If you don't know them, if you have questions, talk to them. The way we'll do the forum tonight is first the board candidates will speak in alphabetical order, and we will have 5 minutes for each speaker to say what they want to say. I'll be keeping time. I'll kind of do a little finger wag when we get in the last minute so you pose your thoughts. And then when we hit the 5-minute mark, I will approach and let you know you need to finish your sentence. And my mother was an English teacher, most of you knew her, and I know what a wrong sentence is, so don't take advantage of it. 2 of the candidates are not able to attend tonight. Mr. Dan Brown and Mr. Reese Miller both stated to us that they had commitments with work and family that they couldn't be here. And they both wanted to express to you that they please don't take their absence as an indication of their non-interest. They're working hard like all the candidates. Put themselves forward for your vote. They both relayed messages that if anyone wanted to talk to them, just reach out. They're easy to find, and if you've got questions. So the absentee voting for the Republican primary will be open through noon on Saturday. Is that correct? Okay. Noon on Saturday. So if you need to vote absentee for the Republican primary, you can vote tomorrow, which is Friday, and through noon on Saturday. The Republican primary for will be held, the election day is Tuesday, April 1st. And if there is a runoff situation with that, the runoff will be Tuesday, April 22nd, I believe. I'm looking at anyone, shout if I said this wrong. And June 3rd is the general election. It will not be a Democratic primary because there's only one Democratic candidate, and that candidate will go forward to the general, and then the nominees from the Republican primary will go forward to the general. And let's see. I believe I've said more than I should. I just appreciate y'all being here. I hope all of you are as excited as I am about this. Let's make this fun. And remember, these are people who are putting themselves out here, taking stances on things, going to be tasked with making difficult decisions. But we have a community that has so many good things going on. We've got challenges, but we've got opportunities coming. And these are the people that are going to make important decisions for you about how those things are handled. And so if you remember that we're all on the same team, whether you agree with any particular decision or not, let's always be civil about it, because we are friends and neighbors and loved ones of each other. So, yes.
Get them, everybody turn off their phones so it doesn't interrupt.
Thank you very much. Would you please put your phones on silent and turn them off, and so we're not distracting anyone from the camera. And so the first candidate was Daniel Brown, but he's not here, so next will be Jeremiah Johnson.
That might be a first.
If you need some help, you'll go up with him.
Do this stand. I could probably speak better stand in the middle of the crowd speaking louder from me. My name is Jeremiah Johnson. I've lived in this town, grew up in this town 47 years. I've owned my own business. Do dirt work, heavy equipment. I've worked in the field of infrastructure, worked my whole life.
Push that microphone up a little bit in the back.
She's got to pull it to me. You can lift it closer.
Tommy really can't hear, didn't have his ear raised.
Oh, no. Sorry, Mr. Tom. I've worked in the field of infrastructure, worked my whole life. I've really thought about it for a long time, running for the board of Mississippi, Poplarville. I just feel that everyone should try it, different people should do it, people involved. I feel that the same people shouldn't do it all the time. Everybody has different feelings about different things. We look forward to helping the small businesses in this town. I like the small town feel. I don't want to lose that. I do know we got to grow. Time is changing. But I don't want to lose the small town feeling of everything. I know we need some businesses, new businesses to come in, that just helps. I like to see that. I could have wrote a whole book of things to make everybody happy of what I would like to do, what I feel should be done. But until I go behind the doors and see what's really taking place, I can't answer those questions. And, I'm not going to stand here and tell a lie about it. You know, I do want to do the right things. You know, update our streets. I don't know if y'all ride around on them. They're terrible. I do hear that there's a lot coming. There's a lot to getting that done. It's pricey, it's expensive. I really want to look forward to making our town look better, more appearance for when we have company come in, other than having to dodge potholes. not a speaker. But I just hope y'all vote for me and give me a chance to be board, on your board, and not see such a divided board as we have right now. That's what I've seen when I've been to the board meetings. It's kind of divided. People don't want to work together. But if you got a board that works together and everybody agrees on everything, and seems to be a little smooth. But, thank you.
Our next speaker is Mr. Don Lee. Going first, and come in second.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I know I see a lot of faces out here that I know, and I see a lot I don't know. But I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Don Lee. I retired with the state in 2015, and I worked as a wildlife officer, and then after I did that, I went to work with the State Park Commission. Stayed with them about 18 years. And I also served on the Board of Aldermen from 97 to 2001. And there's a lot of challenges while we were on board there. But I know that most people want to know about a lot of things around the city that goes on, but I've seen a few things, you know, that have been addressed by some people as I was out talking to some ones, and they told me that they had concerns about different things I won't bring up tonight, but there's always people got things that they want to bring up as concern. I know as a manager of a state park, I've managed 2 state parks in my life. And I know that it's like, you know, when I was on the Board of Aldermen, we had to run the city, and there was a lot of things came up on the city level that we had to address. Some things I didn't really like, but then other things that went along very smooth. But with the state level, where I retired, we had several things that we had to address there, but we had people from all over in 7 or 8 different states coming in. And all of them had complaints, you can bet on that. But the last time that I went before to make a speech, the state sent me down to Biloxi down there to make a speech at Camp Jack Watson. And I got there, and the lady told me, she said, there's not going to be about 30 people here tonight. Well, guess what? I got up there, there was 350 people showed up. And I tell you what, I wasn't used to making speeches, but I've learned since then that you got to get up there and make speeches. And people don't realize a lot of times that how much of a burden it is to get up before a crowd. Now, a small crowd like this don't bother me as much because I've been song director at our church for the last 25 years. So I was used to being before a crowd. But it's a bit different now that we are running for city alderman. And I know there's a lot of issues that I'm going to be faced with if I get elected. But I'm asking each and every one of you, if y'all will, when you turn out on April 1st, you will just cast your ballots on the ones you think is out there and willing to do the job. And I know there's a lot of people that can't take a lot of pressure. But I'm one that I've had jobs, especially being on the Board of Aldermen for 4 years, that I've had a lot of pressure against me. And like I said, some things I didn't want to deal with, but we had to. And but we got them all solved, and I know the board that's on right now had the same things with him, they can tell you, just like I tell you. But I appreciate the vote, and I just ask that each and every one of you, I always put God first in my life, and when I do, everything else works out, and I want to thank y'all very much.
Our next speaker is Mr. Russell Miller.
Can y'all hear me well enough? If I had a slogan for my campaign, it would be a path to progress. Good evening, friends, fellow citizens of the city of Poplarville. I would like to take a few moments to introduce myself to those who may not know me and share my thoughts on why I would be an asset to the city of Poplarville as an alderman. My name is Russell Miller. I am the son of John and Wanda Miller. I am married to my wife of 33 years, Tanya Malley Miller, a retired educator. We have 2 children, Reese Miller and his wife Angel, my daughter Hannah and her husband Hank Pugh, and I have 2 grandchildren, Preston and Evelyn Miller. Over the past 35 years, I have owned or operated several businesses inside the city of Poplarville. After working several years with my father at Miller Auto Sales, my wife and I opened Miller Service Center in 1992. This was a business in which I started from scratch, ground up, and I came to make friends with many of the community, and I gained a loyal customer base. In 2004, while operating Miller Service Center, I was given an opportunity to join the Poplarville County Sheriff's Department as a patrol deputy. And later I became an investigator with that department. I split time between both jobs. In 2011, I transferred to the city of Poplarville as the DUI enforcement officer through a grant where I closely worked with city and state officials. In January of 2015, another opportunity came my way. I was offered the chance to operate and run another business inside the city I love. This was a job that I could not pass up. That led to my current business adventure, in which I am the operations manager of 4 Sonics. They include over 200 employees and multi-million-dollar budgets. I also have insight of how other cities operate and support local businesses. I pride myself on having turned these businesses into the ones that have formed teams, shown growth and performance, and have taken greater roles in their community. I believe that each of these business endeavors, I've shown pride in not only my business, but also in what my business can do for the community. Some of those contributions have been made public, while others I choose to remain anonymous with. In 2018, I was elected to the Board of Aldermen to complete a vacant term. I learned a lot during that time to help me develop a summary of what I would like this campaign and my potential future tenure to focus on in order to continue on the path to progress. Number 1 is communication with all stakeholders. Number 2 is a commitment to long-term success of our city. And number 3 is a common sense approach. In communication with stakeholders, I believe, if we truly want the goals of the city met, all stakeholders must be willing to work together with the broader community. That includes city, county, local organizations, state officials, and of course the citizens of Poplarville. Open and honest communication with these entities have to be a priority in order to support each other. We cannot operate in a silo. For the citizens of Poplarville, you will have my phone number, just like the customers of all of my businesses do. Commitment to long-term success is another priority. I would like the city not only to have a strategic plan that sees beyond this current administration, but also includes a sustainability plan for future impacts that will occur as we continue on this path to progress. If we accept a grant, build a building, buy a car, how do we plan to maintain, replace, and upkeep those assets? Priorities have to be established within these plans that include the infrastructure, human resources, the emergency services, and protecting our way of life. Having plans that are shared with all stakeholders can give the public confidence in our leaders so that they can be assured that that work is being done so that everyone in our city thrives as we continue on this path. A common sense approach is how I try to operate. Some solutions can be simple, while more complicated issues that may require us to rely on experts to guide those decisions. I believe it is important to know when you can fix something or when you simply don't have the answer. Most importantly, I want to be honest with stakeholders about where I stand. While policies and procedures must be followed at all times, we must also remember to not add a burden on the citizens with undue fees, regulations, especially those that cannot be monitored or enforced. In closing, I am aware challenges take time to overcome, and all citizens have challenges. But I believe that when the board speaks with one voice, with the same goals in mind, and with due diligence, it can focus on what is important, and then that progress can be swift and future-oriented. I want to continue to promote the wonderful things that we have in our city and work towards making it an even better place. I believe my experience in business, law enforcement, and past experience as alderman make me a well-versed candidate that can help our city continue on the path to progress. Thank you all, and I ask for your consideration and support April 1st.
I didn't ask.
That's what she said. You hadn't called me.
Good evening. Just want to take a few minutes to introduce myself tonight. My name is Bobby Nussel. I'm here with my wife Carol. Combined, I'm not going to say together, but combined we have 6 children and 5 grandchildren, and 1 more on the way right now. I'm a 1986 graduate of Poplarville High School. I wasn't born here, but I moved here when I was about 4 years old. Grew up here, graduated in '86. Went on to join the National Guard shortly thereafter. In 1993, I left and went to Officer Candidate School. Eventually to come back and actually be the commander here at Poplarville. Since then, I've managed several businesses, all in the automotive field. Currently, I'm general manager of a multi-million-dollar collision repairs company. We operate 3 stores in Hattiesburg. Our operating budget is about the same as our city's. Each one of my stores has about the same budget as the general fund in this city. So it has become something that I've been, dug pretty deep in, is working with the numbers and working with the budget and seeing what we can do. I know in private business, it's a little different. We're trying to make money. We're trying to make a profit. In city, you can't make a profit. But if you balance it right, you can come up with money to spend on more things that you need. Over the last 4 years, we have planned lots of things. We have budgeted for, planned, and have a lot of initiatives and a lot of projects that are oncoming. One of the main reasons I did want to run for re-election is I want to see those things through. The hardest thing for me, in municipal government, the hardest thing for me to learn was I can't do it right now. I've been a general manager or manager of a business for 30 years. I'm the guy who walks in the door, there's a decision to be made, let's do it now. This is the answer, fix it. You can't quite do that. It takes working together, as a board with the mayor, and it takes time. There are, like I said, there are several projects that we have ongoing. I want to see those through. I hope that come Tuesday, you'll think about it, you'll pray about it, and you'll give me the chance to continue to see some of those things through. We have a wonderful group of candidates. It's every candidate here is well qualified. So just please pray about it and make your decision, and I humbly ask for your vote on Tuesday. Thank you.
Janie P. Richardson.
everybody. I am so happy to be here, to be out among you. I see you all and looking at me, and I'm looking back at you all. And this is a fine group of people that are here tonight. I'm just totally elated about being here in the city of Poplarville. But I'd first like to say thank you to the citizens of Poplarville for your support and the confidence that you had in me for me to be elected for the vacant seat in September of 2024. I'm truly excited to be standing here as we continue to move our city forward. I will continue to strive for an economic growth in our future, safety, and the overall well-being of the city of Poplarville. I will also continue to work with the mayor, the Board of Aldermen, our police, the fire department, and all of our public works, who are all doing a fantastic job. For the few months that I've been there, a lot of things have happened, and I know that they can get the job done wherever it's needed and whenever it's needed. So we have a great group of people that are out here working to try and keep our city safe. And that means a lot because the city of Poplarville is about family. It's all about family. We are a group of people who have come together. We may not always agree on everything, but we don't have to fall out about it because we frequent the same stores, we frequent the same gas stations, and we still gonna see our children go to the same schools, and we have great schools. Our school systems are what we depend on for education for a lot of our kids. Not only that, but we have this college over here. And I can tell you that we have one of the best school systems that I know of. We have the national championship football team right here in Poplarville for our high school players. And a lot of people have come out of Poplarville. Clean Dave, take him for instance. We have Chapel Hart. We also have Whitney Miller. So Poplarville can produce a bunch of great people and a great group of people where we could be united, and that is one of the things that we really are working on, being united and being able to talk across the table and getting our word out in what the city is doing. I do believe in transparency and absolutely communication. That seems to be one of the things that's a breakdown, but I encourage all of our citizens to come out to the meetings, to show up, and if you have an opinion in regards to anything that is taking place or is going on in the city of Poplarville, come out so we can hear what you have to say. Because if you're not there and you're getting secondhand information, can you imagine what happens by the time it reaches the second person or fourth person? And that telephone, woo! People can call and things can get all out of hand, even if it's one word. So be careful about that and when you're speaking on things. And if you don't know, as some of the candidates have said, take my phone number, get Ms. Louise's phone number, get the city hall phone number, call, find out if you're curious as to what's going on. Find out for yourself. And the best place to find out is to show up at the meetings. Show up at the meetings. And I want to say that just as I have over the past 20 plus years been on the planning commission here in Poplarville, that is part of my learning experience in knowing how city government works and how things are ran. And I can tell you from that, there have been lots of improvements done, and there's more improvements that are on the way. Improvements to our streets, improvements to our parks, improvements to our roads and infrastructure. And it does take, someone has already said, it takes dedication, it takes commitment, and it takes a strong leadership in order for us to go forward and get the things done that's needed in our town. Sure, we need new businesses to come in for revenue. That revenue pays and helps with the taxes and all of the things that are much needed to upgrade things that we have in our city. But I would love it if we could all just continue to come together. And someone said, you know, the city of Poplarville is not getting any better. I beg to differ. Yes, we are. Yes, we are getting better. We're getting better because we are a family of people that want to do better, that do a lot of things much better than the things that we have come across from the past. And I am grateful that to be here and to be a citizen of Poplarville. And I ask for your vote on June 3rd.
Mark Sawyer.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Sawyer. Forgive me, I'm not a politician. Like Mr. Johnson, I grew up with a family-owned trucking business, dirt business. Several of my family members are still in the construction business to this day. Very familiar with infrastructure, building, construction. Matter of fact, the business my father owned, we put all the dirt in for the Conoco on the corner and the Hardys up in town. We've done a lot of infrastructure work in the city, with the city. But my thing is I'm not a politician. I'm just an everyday man. And I'm looking to try to serve my community to the best of my ability. I see things on a daily basis that is a concern for me. I've been living here for 20 years. I was born here. I grew up in McNeil. I've been back here for 20 years with my wife, my family. And I've got a 13-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son. In this city, which is considered a retirement community, where most of our residents are retired, with that comes grandchildren, great-grandchildren, their friends on summers and everything. And there is nothing in the city for once you get up to around 13, 14 years old, there's nothing for them to do. We have a park that caters to the smaller children. We have different things, splash pads and different things. The only thing for our teenagers to do, we have a few pieces of workout equipment at the park. Anybody in the city that has teenagers and everything, you gotta go to Boat Club. You gotta go to Wiggins, Hattiesburg, Picayune, Slidell. That's taking money away from our city. That's taking our children into places that they don't need to be. That's giving them opportunities to get into trouble where they don't need to be. And if we had a place here, some things here for our children, it would not only grow our city, it'd make it's invested in our future because our children are our future. And if we don't have anything here for them to do, we don't have anything for the college students to do, it brings a lot of negative attention to the city because whenever our children go out, get into trouble. And they're from Poplarville. What's going on with Poplarville? Everybody's coming up here and getting into what's going on. Well, we have nothing here for our children to be able to do. We have no safe place for them to be able to go. And that's one of my things is I get to look at y'all let me up as an alderman, and I would like to work with the city on trying to get some grants and seeing what we can do about the infrastructure work at the park and trying to get some things for our children to grow our community and to better us all. And I appreciate y'all's support and thank y'all very much.
The next speaker is Ann Smith. I didn't say that. I just want to make sure I can hear you.
You'll hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. A lot of you know me, and a lot of you don't know me. My name is Ann Smith, and I have been here since I was 15 years old. I've raised a family here. My brother's been here, my mom, my dad. We've had businesses, we've renovated buildings all over Poplarville. I've run a successful business out of here with a gym, and we also had a satellite office for Anthony Joseph Chen, who's the AAA architect, and I was vice president of that. Some of this is a little emotional because things have changed a lot in my life since my dad passed away. And I know the foundation that myself and my family have laid here are very, very important to my family and very important to me. And I know how much it's brought good things to all of the citizens that live here. And so when I talk about Poplarville, it's more than just, oh, Ann's in government, Ann's doing a budget, Ann's working on streets. I'm looking at the people. I take a lot of effort of looking at what our people's needs are. I listen to every single person that brings to me an issue. It doesn't matter if it's big, if it's little, if it's outrageous, let's talk about it. Because to me, you put me here and I am your voice. So anytime you ever have needed anything over all these years of me serving, I call you back and we work on it. Sometimes I end up in the skillet, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what it is. But the point is that you're important to me. That's probably the prime thing that I can say about how I run, I guess my position, how I am. The second thing is that I look hard at how much money it costs people to live. And I always am looking for alternative sources to where we don't have to come to the citizens right here in Poplarville. Because what happens is, we have a huge city in the way of people that are coming through it, but we have a very small amount of citizens who actually live here. So it's a unique situation when it comes to Poplarville to govern the city because of the fact that we've got schools, a full school system, we've got a college, we're the county seat, we have courts, and everybody else that comes to visit. Okay, so why is that challenging? Because then the citizens are the ones that have to foot the bill for the roads, for the police department, for fire department, for every service that we need comes out of the citizens who are living here. And I said that's not going to do because I'm not going to raise taxes on these people. So what this term has done especially is that we have been able to upgrade, and I'm talking like monumental upgrades, like $3 million of upgrades, that we pulled the money that we received, and I'll tell you where those came from, together properly, and we have like doubled, 2 for 1, gotten generational projects done in this city during this time. It has not cost the taxpayers here money. We lowered the millage by 1 mil. And if I can tell you that trend, according to me, I would like to continue to see how we can lower millage, which is our homes, and continue to produce services. Now, is that a fine line? Is that tricky? Yes. But that is why experience counts. And so because I've had the experience of 16 years serving, 2 different terms, 2 different sets of terms, but over those years I've developed relationships with legislators, multi-levels of government, and it paid off. Those long-standing relationships with the people that also had their hands on funds helped. And Poplarville has never asked very much, but we did. And this board has hammered down, and I'm going to tell you, we brought in $3 million, $3+ million. People are going to say, where did it go? Mostly under the ground. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You got some up top, but most of it's under the ground. And it had to happen because when Poplarville was annexed, it was 5 years for it to put the infrastructure in that needed to be there. We have far exceeded that. So what do? Underserved, unserved areas. Everywhere that has been annexed receives the services of infrastructure, that's water, fire protection, fire hydrants. It's there now. Huh? Oh, sorry, okay. Okay, I'll get some pretty words. Imagine that, I overtalked. It's okay. Here's the deal. If you want to leave an email for me on like a folder, I'll be happy to give you some more information. The point is I want to go back in office. I want to finish what I started. I want to see these projects through. And I have a grasp on this city. I understand it inside and out, and my seeds that I planted for my first 8 years, from 1997 to 2005, have thrived. So I have a track record. And I really ask that you all get out and support Tuesday. I would appreciate your vote. And leave your email, and I will send you more information. I didn't know there was a time limit. I'm a communication manager. Thank you all very much for coming and supporting us and getting to know us.
Our next speaker is Brad Wells.
Having here Dan talk about the gym in town brings back a lot of memories. I worked at Stony at one time, so it's great just to be here and just see people that you hadn't seen in a while. Me and Glenn just talked about our 30-year class reunion. Miss Louise was my principal back then, so I just think this is a great opportunity for y'all. Y'all actually have the hardest job tonight. Our citizens in Poplarville have the hardest job because you got 11 candidates to choose from. So we're basically interviewing for a job here. So I'm just going to give you some quick things about myself. I'm Brad Wells. I'm from Poplarville. My dad was Mac Ray Wells, a long-time employee of Movie Star, pretty much all the way till it closed. We don't have those plants here anymore. But I've served in the military for about 24 and a half years. For the last 6 years, I've been a teacher at Poplarville. Folks, I've done a wide variety of jobs. I'm a results-driven individual. Okay? I've gotten numerous accolades and awards in the military. Since I've been an employee at Poplarville, the second year I was there, I was awarded Teacher of the Year. I was just nominated Star Teacher of the Year this year. I'm going to do a good job for you, okay? I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. I like to ask why we do things, where this comes from, what it's going to, what's it going to take. Decision making, I've made all kinds of numerous decisions. I've deployed to Iraq several times in combat situations, so I've had to make tough decisions. I've had to make tough decisions when people's lives depended on that. I've managed ranges, multi-million-dollar ranges, equipment. You know, there's just a wide variety, and it's so hard to get up here and talk about those things in 5 minutes. But you know, I love this town. My wife has a small business here. We have a chiropractic clinic. That's the heart and soul of this community is our small businesses. You know, we need to support them. That's so important, especially to encourage people to shop local. I never realized that till years ago, how we get our money from the sales tax, and percentages and things that we get like that. It's so important that we shop here, keep our money here in this town. Communication is a big thing. I remember as a soldier, Bobby may remember this, you know, soldiers always want to know what's going on. People always want to know what's going on. So I'm very open to communication, using social media to get the things out to people. You know, making sure our board minutes are posted, making sure that, you know, after we make decisions or even when things come up, you know, we're such a small town that we can get out and canvass the area and talk to people and get to know people because we are a community just like Ms. Janie said, you know. And fiscal responsibility is super important. I learned that through the military, managing trainee funds, unit funds, planning. I've had to deal with planning, near-term, short-term, and long-term goals. So not only do we have to focus on the current term that we're in, but guys, we got to think about where we're going to be 4, 8, 12, 16 years from now. My 2 boys are here. I think about that. These young ladies sitting on the front row. What are we leaving for them? What kind of facilities are we leaving? What kind of infrastructure? Guys, we've got a lot of hard things to think about over the next several years. It's not going to be solved instantaneously. But we need people that are going to be able to work together. I can work together as a member of a team. I've done that before. You know, we need to be able to have people that can research and find things out, not just having one person writing information for grants and things of that nature. You know, it's really important that we work together as a community, seeking input, seeking advice, asking people, developing relationships. That's so important. That's what I do on a daily basis with my students. I know what their concerns are. I see that. You know, communicating with people that want to come and work here. They're going to ask, hey, well, what does Poplarville have to offer? You know, the first thing they're going to think about is, what does the city look like? Okay, where am I going to get employees from? We've got a great opportunity here at this college to talk to them about the CTE programs that are here. We've got the industrial park out there on 26 that we can work to get some business in here. We may not profit from that right away, but having the people there shopping and buying in town and moving to town is really important. We've got a lot to offer. I want to support our business. I want to support our local civic organization. I want to be a voice for that. I want to be a voice for you. You know, it's a lot. I know Mr. Mike's doing that. It's hard for a teacher to get up here and talk in 5 minutes. So, but look, you know, I'm an open person. You can ask anybody I've ever served with, soldiers I've ever worked for. You can talk to my students. You can go ask anybody that I work for at the high school right now. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to do the job. I'm a sports guy, so if you follow Bill Belichick, he said just do your job. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do my job really well because I take things very seriously. My reputation depends on that. My family's reputation depends on that. My dad had a great reputation in this town, and I'm not going to tarnish it that way either. So I would like to ask for your vote on Tuesday. Again, you guys have the hardest job. You've got 11 people that you've got to narrow it down to. And it's hard to talk about what kind of initiatives I'd like to bring forward. There's just so much that we can do. We're a great community, great town. Love this place. So I encourage you to get out and vote, please. We didn't have a lot of people, you know, get out and vote the last couple times. I think vote last primaries, around 350 people or less voted. So please encourage. This is a great opportunity for our town to move forward. And I just ask for your vote on Tuesday. Thank you.
I know. I would like to thank everyone for coming out. And I appreciate you taking an interest in our town and being willing to come and listen to the people. You know, that they will open up and tell you what their plans are. I have worked on the board for several years. I thank you, the citizens, for electing, and I'm asking for your support. But there's a lot of good people running, and I'm just thankful for that. That we have people interested in our town, so we can move our town forward. Because that's very important in this day and time. The safety of our citizens, the safety of our children, and what goes on. There's a lot goes on at this college. A lot of tournaments, state championships, national championships, baseball, football. There's a lot. And we got a good school system, the Poplarville school system. We have a grade A community college, and we're working to try to improve our streets, our water, our sewer, which is, we work with the utility authority. But the water, safe streets, I believe in paving, water supply. I was on board when Katrina hit, and we were really devastated during that time. And I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I would appreciate if you'd consider voting for it.
Clifton Warren.
Good evening, everybody. I recognize several faces. Some of you may remember me from several months back last year. I ran in the special election and did a lot of door-to-door and getting to meet a lot of people in this room, and so it's good to see y'all again. I'd like to kind of introduce myself. Some of y'all may not know me. I've been living here for the last 13 years. Married to my wife, Kirsten. We're raising 4 daughters here in this town, and it's just a great place to live. I try to be an advocate for it. I do a lot of travel and try to advocate for Poplarville when I'm outside of Poplarville because I just love this place so much. I love Poplarville, Mississippi. I grew up here in Porter County most of my life, and there's just something truly special about this place that draws you in. And so I am just asking for the opportunity to serve this city. And since the special election last year, I've been serving with the Planning Commission, and that's been a great privilege and learning some things there. And there's a lot of potential and opportunities left and right that this city has coming up, and I want to be a part of that. My vision for leadership is multifold. I just want to share a few things real briefly. I want to make our city government just as accessible and transparent as it possibly can be. One of the things I'm passionate about, I don't know if you see over here, I'm trying to live stream this event, but I would like to see our city and civic meetings have the access to that, because not everybody's able on a regular basis to be part of the meetings, and that's something I'm going to advocate for. Also, I have experience in that skill set at my job. I forgot to mention that I've been working for Christian Life Assembly of God in Picayune the last 15 years as a youth and music pastor there. And the next thing that's really near and dear to my heart is, and I've heard several of the other candidates state this, but economic development here in Poplarville. Like I said, I'm very excited about all the opportunities that we face, and I just want to work towards removing any obstacles that get in my way, and that we don't miss opportunities, and that we can grow. The thing I've learned by sitting in a lot of the recent board meetings over the last year is that there's a limited amount of funds, and I think outside of, nobody wants to see their taxes go up. Everybody, in our best interest would be to see economic growth happen. And so I want to foster that every opportunity we can, and to see Poplarville be a place that, my children, when they're adults, that they would consider playing this and living here, and that it'd be a place they'd be proud to have their children living here as well. Promise to promote fiscal responsibility, every opportunity possible. We need to honor the residents and the tax burden that's placed upon them, and be very good stewards of the dollars that they are taxed and that come into the city. And whether it comes to roads, water, infrastructure, parks, or public safety, I want to support us having the best, again, the best quality things that we can afford, things that don't break down. Resource our public safety with the tools they need to do the job to make things safe here, and to overall just be a good steward of our resources. And lastly, I promise to be present-minded on issues that are here, but thinking towards the future, looking towards the future, and looking for opportunities and seizing those opportunities. And anyways, I'm just asking for your consideration Tuesday when you go to vote. And I promise, and I'm going to make this promise, that whether I get elected or not, I will continue to serve this city, whether it's with the Planning Commission or just as a private citizen. I'm that passionate about this city, and so I would sure appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all of our board member candidates. So now we'll have our two mayoral candidates. The first will be David Glenn Bowen.
Can everybody hear me? All right, my name's David Glenn Bolden. I've been here all my life. My grandparents, great-grandparents moved here years and years ago. I worked offshore in the oil field, doing budgets, stuff like that. I've come home, started a business about 16 years ago, and decided that I wanted to run for alderman, and I was placed in alderman. I was able to help the city, I feel like. had enjoyed it, was available for people to call me at any time. I've since then opened another business and have been successful with it. It's a lot more than what I had. I got a lot of people under me, and we work together. We don't always agree on things. At the end of the day, before it's over with, we come together and we all achieve one goal, and that is to do good products and put out. We run a budget. You know, it's a hard thing to be running a budget. It's a hard thing to manage people. It's a thing that I take pride in. It's great to be in this town. I did go to college here. It's a great school, great campus. Both my children have attended to this college. Our school system is great. We've got a great school system. We've got a great town. I don't want to see our town get away from the small town feel that we have. We have great people here. You walk up and down the street, people can meet you, greet you, and that's what we want. We do want to grow the town, but as we grow the town, we've got to maintain our small town feel. If we don't have our small town feel, then what are we? So, you know, as aldermen, it is great to see as many out that is willing to serve and put their time, because it is a lot of time. You know, people will call you and talk to you about certain things, and you gotta be willing to talk to them and answer their questions the best you can. And if you don't know, you gotta be willing to go and dig for it and not just pass them off. You know, these people here in this town, they look to you to make those decisions or get those answers. And I've never been one to shy away. You call me anytime. You can ask me any question. I'll answer you. We may not always agree, but at the end of the day, we are family. We live here. We see each other every day. So, my thing is, you know, you can get in touch with me. My phone number runs up and down the road every day. If you don't know how to get a hold of me, you can look me up on Facebook. I had someone call me today, and they looked me up on Facebook and found my phone. I am available, will be available, and if anybody has any questions or want to talk about the subject, I'd be glad to sit down and talk with you. Again, Tuesday, please encourage people to get out and vote. Our turnout has been low, and we need to turn out. We need people to come and take part. That's all we got. You want a voice? Get out and vote, and encourage people to get out and vote. Thank y'all.
Louise Smith.
I saw her, I didn't see her.
We don't time you till you get up there.
Serving as mayor of Poplarville over the past 4 years has been an incredible honor and a privilege. I'm excited to officially announce my candidacy for re-election as I seek to continue building on our progress and seize new growth opportunities. The primary election will occur on April the 1st, and I humbly request your support. Before I begin telling you about some of our accomplishments, I want to tell you about some of the people that I work with. To our police officers, you're the guardian of our streets. The first to answer call when danger arises. Your dedication, your sacrifice, and your commitment to protecting our community do not go unnoticed. I respect you, I support you, and I thank you. To our firefighters, you put your lives on the line to save others, rushing toward danger when others run away. Your courage, your selflessness, and your unwavering service inspire us all. I am forever grateful. To our public works personnel, you are the backbone of our town. You keep our roads clear, our water running, and our infrastructure strong. Your hard work, day in and day out, ensures that our community continues to thrive. To our city clerk and our deputy clerks, you are the unsung heroes of our local government. You keep our town organized, our records accurate, and our operations running smoothly. Your dedication to serving the people with efficiency and professionalism is invaluable, and I appreciate all that you do for our city. And to our present Board of Aldermen, your leadership and commitment to our town are essential to our progress. You have worked tirelessly to make decisions that improve the lives of our residents. You've balanced the budget and you've planned for a stronger future. Your service is greatly appreciated, and I am grateful to have worked alongside of you. With over 30 years of experience in serving our community in various capacities, I have witnessed both the challenges we face and the resilience that defines us. The true strength of Poplarville lies in its people. Your dedication to our future, your commitment to prosperity, and your passion for preserving the small town way of life that we cherish. As your mayor, I remain committed to leading Poplarville toward a future where everyone can live, learn, work, and thrive. I invite you to join me in continuing to move our city forward. While I am proud of our achievements together over the past 4 years, I recognize there is still work to be done. Some of our key accomplishments include installing over 500 new water meters, modernizing our system for greater efficiency, extending city water lines to previously unserved annexed areas, paving numerous streets, filled potholes, and initiated additional paving projects as funding allowed. Addressing the litter and beautification by hiring a dedicated worker to maintain our streets and our parks. We installed a security camera in the city park to enhance public safety. We hired a full-time worker to care for our city cemeteries, ensuring they remain places of honor and remembrance. We passed an ordinance allowing food trucks, expanding dining options, and supporting local entrepreneurs. We helped attract new businesses, including Poplarville and a children's medical clinic, fostering local economic growth. We opted into the Mississippi Medical Cannabis Act to provide additional health care choices for our residents. We supported the Poplarville Athletic Association in securing funding for facility and field upgrades. We partnered with local businesses and the Chamber of Commerce to enhance economic development. Mike's finger went up, not halfway through, but I'll move on. Poplarville is on a path of progress, and together we can continue making strides toward an even brighter future. I'm grateful for the partnerships we have built with businesses, civic organizations, and government agencies at all levels that have helped us secure funding and support these vital initiatives. All of the board members, all of the people who work with me helped to create these partnerships. We did our research, and anytime I needed help, I called on the police department or the fire department or public works and our city engineer to help us put programs together. I look forward to the opportunity to continue serving you as your mayor and working alongside our citizens to build a stronger, more prosperous Poplarville. I ask for your vote on April the 1st so we can keep moving our great city forward. May God bless you, and may God bless the town of Poplarville.
Okay, I believe we didn't have any additional candidates come in. Okay, well, thank you so much. We've heard some wonderful things tonight, and I'm excited because it's a hard choice to make because they're all good. And so my thing is, please tell everybody, go vote. Let's have a record turnout. We've got some important things to vote for and people to vote for. And I just appreciate everyone coming tonight. So at this time, we're going to have some refreshments. Y'all can meet the candidates, talk to each other, do anything but argue. That's that outside.